I'll give God all the praises. GLD who conquered evil forces.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This drive starts with a Haskins carry, and he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bears will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Fields on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
To throw is Fields. Throwing right, and that's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Devontae Smith with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now. Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago. He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. And now here's a carry heading left. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The Bears at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schmidt. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Haskins now on first and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Check down complete to Haskins. Touchdown, Bears! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Vikings! Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long. And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game. And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. drive alive.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 36, Fields. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big save to bring up third down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Jeremy Chinn picks it off.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Burrow now off the bootleg. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fields now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
130 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Burrow looking to pass. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Now Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, it might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up.
A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Burrow on play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. They go play action with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Haskins with a run to begin the drive. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, Burrow.
Near the sideline, Smith making the ground.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. they've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Right back to him on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now it's Fields. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
From the gun, Haskins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I believe I understand where the offense was going there. They just hit a big pass play, thought they could fool him with a run, but maybe they overthought it a little bit. Just hit a nice pass, come back with another one, keep the momentum going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play.
Come on, set and cycle.
Here we go on 4th down. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They snap it to Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Here's Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Schmidt.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. To the air again, Fields.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
On 4th down, Fields.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Back to throw. Fields.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Anderson, the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ready, ready. Hey, strike. Hey,
A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Chicago, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
What I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wilding out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look,